Hey guys, Savannah here. Welcome back to my videos. Today's April 2nd, so this is my March review video. March was busy. My son turned 4 in March, so I went crazy with the he had a Mario themed birthday party, Super Mario Brothers. So I did a lot of crafting and for that, and it was a lot. But I think he had fun, so that's all that counts, right? Stitching, I did a lot. I have a lot to show you, but that's probably because of School of Magical Stitches and Literature. Yes, I did join that group, I want to say at the end of February, and I just forgot to mention it last month, because I wasn't really, I joined it, and then I waited probably a week or two before I actually started participating, and then even then it was like, let's just, try this here. I wasn't going gung-ho, and I'm still not. I'm only doing the weekly homework. I'm not doing the reading homework. I'm not doing the extra credit. I'm not doing any of the other stuff because I just don't feel like it. But it has produced a lot of things to show you. Some just a little bit of stuff, but it's better than nothing, right? Oh, I did have some big finishes in March, so we'll start with those. I have a list so I don't forget this time, because I always forget to mention stuff. Okay, so my biggest finish for 2019, for me just in general, I suppose, is my, I don't have these in order either, my Advent Animals by Brooke's book. They're a freebie on her website. I started these November 1st, 2015. I had just been stitching for under a year when I started these. And I finished them March 21st, 2019. Like, it's crazy, right? It's just because I went gung-ho on them in 2015, trying to finish as many as I could, hoping that they would continue to be released, because they weren't fully released at the time. And I was like, okay, get these finished, maybe I can have them done by Christmas. Yeah, no. There was a break in being released, and then I took a break, and I just did not. Every time I try to pick it up, I'm like, I don't like this project. I don't. But I had quite a few done, so I wasn't just going to scrap the project, because that just seemed ridiculous. Plus, my kids are super excited for me to fully finish these. I have these out of order, so let's see if I can get them. Anyways, there's a bunch of scrap 18 count Ada, like a bunch of different scraps, you'll see. And I managed to dye them all blue, so they'd be matching. So, and then I figured out what or how many would fit on each piece, kind of thing, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so that's what I have. 18 count Ada, hand dyed blue by myself. Anyway, so here I'm just going to show you them. They're all unfinished so far, like fully finished. I do have a plan for them. It's just a matter of, getting around to finishing 25 mini pieces. So here is I'm going to try to hold them into the light. It's number 1. I can't remember everybody's names. I think this is Katie Kitty. I can't remember a lot of them. Again, she's from 2015. So there's that one. I think it's Peter Polar Bear. No clue what her name would be, but she's a little mouse. It's hard to see his little eye. He's so cute. I think this is Hattie Hedgehog. And then, see, here's a a random piece. So we got a camel and a penguin. And she had just backstitched fringe, so I did one up and did actual fringe. And then some lazy daisy bows on her presents. And then a penguin with a martini. And I went crazy with this piece and did 8, 9, 10, 11. And then this piece. And then this is where I stopped doing the border. See the border? Oops. The border on each of them. I stopped doing them on the rest of them. I'll probably go back and finish them eventually. Like, put that border on when I fully finish them. But I was just ready to be done. So we got 16 and 19. 18 and 17. So I think, yeah, this year's. From 2018, well, from 2015 to 2018, I had 16 done. And so when I picked this up this year, I started working on 18 and then did 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And just, I was like, I'm done. They're getting done this year. I don't have that many left. So Odette Owl, Ping Panda, Alistair Alligator, and I want to say Elliot Elephant, but I could be wrong. I did want to change, oops. I did want to leave out the alligator and put a llama in, but I'm no good at, you know, creating things. So I just left them in. And then the last two. Got Deborah Donkey and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yep. So what I plan to do is I had bought all this. So at Joann's you can buy scrap mat board. Like these are a bunch of scrap pieces of mat board. They labeled them all at 50 cents each. So I just grabbed a whole bunch of them. Cut them down like this. I plan to just, you know, let's see, where's the kitty one because she's small. I plan to flat finish them. It's just rough. It's not going to be perfect. But flat finish it. And then there'll be a little hanger on it. Now I'm debating, my original thought was I was going to do this, have a little hanger on them, and then I was going to take a big piece of wood and cut it into a Christmas tree shape and put 25 pegs on it. That way all of them are hanging, and then my kids can flip them each day for Christmas. But then I looked up at this. I've had this for a while now. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. And I painted it white. It was just, I think it was just unfinished. I painted it white with some chalk paint. It's not perfect. It probably needs another coat or something, or to be distressed. But I thought, how cool would it be to have this and hang them, you know, fully finish them and have a little peg and hang it so they can just switch them each day. This is smaller and wouldn't take up as much room in my house or storing. So I really like this idea. But I also have another idea for this too. So like I said, I hope I can find a second one of these because it's for another Christmas. It'd be 2 Christmas patterns. I'll show you later when I show that piece. Anyways, so those are these. I am so thankful to have my oldest whip finished. So when that got knocked off my whip list, that was also a Year of Whips and a Stitch 9 piece, which I'm not really participating fully in Stitch 9 because I don't know where to post things. I can't remember where. Anyways, so when that finished, on my whip list, the next oldest one became my quotes to live by. And I had kind of gotten to a kick of finishing that too. So here it is. I did not do the border that goes around. That just seems so tedious. You know, it's a couple of straight lines and then some back stitching. It just seemed very tedious, so I decided to leave it off. My idea would be to have a matte, a navy blue matte cut to, cut fancy to outline this. I thought that would look nice. So we'll see. I don't know when that'll happen. So I stitched this. I started this January 29th, 2017, when it was released. I decided to stitch this on 22 count Aida Hardanger, but 1/1. Let's see if I can get this close. Whoa, camera, where are you? So that's all 1/1 on 22 count, which makes it about 8.5 by 11-ish, which is a nice size. So I had just done the outline of this and then done the word quotes. Didn't do anything else with this. Then I went to this block, which I had thought about, changing the colors. And so I did. I changed the Be Yourself. The Yourself is a variegated, I think, that I hand-dyed myself. I don't remember exactly. And then I just used the Call for Yellow because I thought it was pretty. And then I got down to the next one and I started to use a hand-dyed for Have. I ended up having to rip that out like 3 times. And then I didn't know what to do for the rest of it, so I just used the Call for Colors and then went with the Call for Colors for the rest of the piece. I was like, yep. And then I figured, it doesn't look terrible to leave that purple there, so honestly, I hate the fact that these salmon colors were used so much and the teal wasn't used nearly as much, especially on this side. There's one thing of the teal. Like, I wish there was more. That and the yellow. I wish those 2 colors were used more. Anyway, so what I had done when I picked this up, I think this year, like picked it up fully to finish it, I had these 3 done. I had this one almost complete. The only thing left was to put in Albert Einstein and backstitch this banner. And so that was all I had. I had this and this. So I went back and finished this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then filled this all in. And I finished this March 28th, 2019. So I just felt like I was on a roll with finishing my oldest whips. But then when I was done with that, I didn't have anything else really going on. So I was like, crap. You get that feeling where you're so excited that you finished a thing, but then trying to find something next to stitch on is really difficult, especially when nothing else that you have is close to a finish or feels like close to a finish. I even tried working on my next oldest whip, and I barely got into it, which I'll show you what I did, but I couldn't. I did one night on it, and I'm like, I can't. So we'll go with whips. This is gonna be long, guys. It's gonna be long. Okay, so this is part of Magical School for Stitches. I'm not going to talk about what homework it was for, what week, anything like that, because I'm not keeping track of any of that crap. I don't feel like tracking that stuff. Everybody talks about what the homework is and so on and so forth, so I'll just show you what I work on. I don't have a finished picture for this one, but this is from, what is it? It's a Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. Let me pull it up. I can pull it up. So this is from a magazine. I have it on my Zinio, so I'll try to show you. Library. Yep, Cross Stitch Crazy. Oh, come on, phone. Whoa, not that. Alright, so there's some. I don't know. I think it's called, ooh. I don't know if it's called Space Odyssey or if it's called Space Hoops. I'm not entirely sure, but it's by Emma Comden, and it's the, you see, this Cross Stitch Crazy issue, well, it just says January 2018. Anyway, so I thought I would do these for my husband. I have barely gotten into it. So the first one I had was, this is not even finished yet. This one is like the worst of the whole bunch. It's got a lot of confetti into it. This is I want to say this is 14 count. It's either 14 or 16 count Ada that I dyed with shaving cream. I have a tutorial on my channel, so I'll try to link it below if I remember, okay? And it's not a great tutorial. I tried my best. But yeah, there's that one. And then, so for the homework, I decided to start a new one because I needed so many stitches in something or other, and this had a big block of one color. So I started the next one. Same fabric. So that's the back of the fabric. Whoa. And then, anyway, so I have those. I need to get moving on those. I don't even have the other two started. Then next was the Lizzie Kate Halloween rules that I worked on for another piece of homework. Again, I don't know what it was for. Oh, it had to have been something because I said there was probably a cat later on in the pattern. So this is what it'll look like when it's finished. I'm working on this one, wear a costume. I have not gotten very far. All I had was the border. I had the top part done, and so I just did the pup. I needed to get a certain amount of stitches in, so I did it. So yeah, so that's it. This is on a 32 count Murano in mushroom. That's what the paper says. So there's that. Next is Firefly Fairies. Again, for some kind of homework. So I put in the required amount of stitches on this. So I just filled her in some more. I put the Krynic in and some of the dark red down here. Just enough to get the homework and then put it away. That's all I do. Get the requirement, put it away. This one's in a better bag. Oh yeah? Are you good? Mm-hmm. Okay. See you later, Bubby. Okay. Next was Mushroom and Fern. Well, I had no intentions of stitching on this year because it's not part of my year of whips. It was the only one that fit the homework for that, for whatever week it was. And so I got a little bit done on this. Thing is huge, so nor do I have a photo of it. I don't have a photo to show you of it finished. But here's where it was. Well, I had all this right here is what I added in. All this brown bits is what I added in for the requirement. Everything else was already there. So yeah, I do miss this piece a lot. It's just, it's not in the, none of my chatelaines are being focused on this year. I'm just trying to knock down my whip list. Then maybe I can start a couple other big ones and then just have a year, next year be a year of big things. I don't know. We'll see. Mushroom Fern. Then it was sew to stitch. I think this one was for the it was the week where we had the 5 classes that we had, the elective classes, and the one was Ancient Runes, and so I just picked this one because, everybody has different languages, plus different language. It's Hangul, which is Korean. And so I did a little bit on this one. I already had Korea done, and so I went ahead and started on the Netherlands. This way. I can't figure out which way to turn. So I got the bottom of that's her apron, and a little bit of her skirt. So the purple is part of her apron, and then the dark blue is her skirt. And then I also did her little windmill, or at least most of it. It still needs the door and the grass path and some clouds. But yep, did the required on that and put it away. I'd really like to get in the mood to focus on this, but I just haven't, and I can't force myself to be in the mood. So, one of these days. What's that one? Oh, need my list. Okay, I'm going to skip this next one, just for now, because that's what I'm focusing on right now. Next was my llama piece. I don't have a cover photo for this one either. This is a Bothy Threads kit, and I'm sharing the kit with another stitcher. We split it. We split the payment of it from the UK, from Bothy Threads, or wherever it was ordered, so-and-so. And then she gave me half of the pattern, and she kept the other half. I got the fabric, she kept the floss, but she made me a DMC floss list to go with it. It's called No Cause for a Llama. And so I have this little, so the little nose was, well, I had most of this nose part done. And then I went in and decided to do the glasses to hit the requirement of however many stitches. I want to say it was 500? I don't know. So I had thought about changing the glasses to purple because I like purple better. But when I asked my daughter, she requested the red, and her input should be accounted for, so she knows that her input is valid, even though I wanted it purple. So there's that in my little llama bag. The way the fabric went, I had to put it that way, but it's still cute because of how much I purchased. It's still cute. And then this one wasn't part of homework. This was my Hyrule Light World map, which is now my oldest whip. Well, the one that I'm counting as my oldest whip. I just couldn't get into it. I'm so sad. This way. This fabric is massive. So this is what I have. And so what I did was I added, this way, this way, this way. So I started on the clouds here because this is the edge of the page, the edge of the whole pattern actually. I started there, and then I did a little bit of brown in this area too, those pathways. And I could not get that's what happens. You can't force yourself to want to work on something. It just doesn't work. Not for me anyways. This is going to be a pain in the tush to fold back up. But I would really like to get that done. And I have it in my Zelda bag. Alright, and then lastly for whips is my Royal Holiday. This is one I'm focusing on a finish. But that is because I cropped her. So I'll hold this back a bit. Do you see the pink line? Pink lines? That is all that I am doing on her. Because she's massive. I did not realize how big she was until I started stitching her. I mean, I already knew I wanted to do the crop bit because I saw somebody else had done that and it looked fantastic. So yeah, Royal Holiday. And this is where a little bit is hidden underneath the clamp. But this is what I have. used her skin for a lot of homework bits. I'm actually using her for homework this week as well. I think the doorbell just rang. My son is watching a video that has the same doorbell sound as us, so that's what I heard. Anyway, so this is, like I said, this is where I am. I finished her face, which I need to fix some things. I'll tell you about it in a sec, but I'm using this as homework this week as well, so I need to get another 300 stitches done on her. But she comes down to about, yeah, probably about here, I want to say. Okay, so her face, 1/1, full crosses. I screwed up when it came to, because one of the skin colors is a blended color. You can't do that with 1/1. So I kind of goofed up with the skin color. Unfortunate. So what I'm thinking is, I'm wondering if it'll work. If I take this color, which is this, try to get it in the light the best I can, which is the dark color, I'm thinking if I take one strand of this and do half stitches along the edge of that to soften it up a bit, I wonder if that would work. I'm just worried about doing that because it's so hard to undo, you know, tiny little stitches. I don't know. She doesn't look terrible from far. She doesn't look terrible all the time. So I don't know. I goofed up a little. And then I got to go back in and redo the back stitching around the edge of her face. It says to do it in 2 strands, but it just looks funny. So I'm going to rip it out and do it in 1 strand. What else? This white bit right here is whisper thread. I'm not using the exact color it calls for, but because I already had this one on hand, but it works. Okay, so when I was talking about this for the advent animals, it dawned on me that this would be perfect on there too. So that's why I'm like, well, which one do I use it for? Yeah, the things, like I've had that sitting up there forever and finally just now realized that it'd be great for 2 things. But anyways, so yep, this is a, oh, I've been forgetting about the fabrics. Sorry about that. This one is a 32 count linen. I think it's a Belfast. It's opalescent, as you can see, that I hand dyed to be this mottled brown color. I don't think I like opalescent fabric. It's not difficult to stitch on, it's just, I don't know if I like the color, or just everything about it. I don't think I like it. Like, it looks, the sparkles to me are green and orange. I don't think that happened when I dyed it. I think it was already like that. I don't want green and orange sparkles. I'd rather just have silver sparkles. But yep, so she's my focus. She's my focus. Put that back in there. Alright, so that's all my whips. There's a lot of whips. I have a mini bit of haul. I know I don't show haul very often, and that's only because I do these videos once a month. And when I get things, I like to put them away right away. Like I have this. This is my haul every month. Well, not this month, sadly, but every month I get my nest egg, which is I get the classic Colorworks, and then I immediately put them away. Except for this last month, I have a pegboard behind my computer, so I just hung them on a peg. So those ones didn't get put away yet. But I put my stuff away right away, because that's just what I do, and then I completely forget not where I put it, but forget to pull it out for videos, so I don't show haul. But this time I have it because it was easy to just grab because I separated it. I did get some market haul. I kept it limited, even though there were so many things I wanted to get. I got the spring acorns. I just really liked the pattern Like, it looks like a quilted star. I just thought it was really cute. It says the model was stitched on 40 count. I've never stitched on 40 count. I don't have a piece of 40 count, so I don't know, maybe one day I'll try 40 count. I don't know. And then I had to get You Had Me at Flamingo by Hands On Design. I also want the kitty box, and I want to get the not Hands On Design, the Heart in Hand in Heart. I always get them backwards. You know, the little square months. I like those. I want to get A Savior's Praise by Shakespeare Peddler, even though I'm not a sampler person. I still really like it. I don't know, there's a few other things I just can't remember. But yeah, those were my market purchases. Just 2. And then I got a sweet gift from Cheryl at Tranquil Stitches. I sent her some fabric to have made into some bags. Well, one bag. I sent her a ton of fabric. Well, I sent her a bunch of fabric. And I requested just one bag. Just one bag. And it was so sweet. When I finally got them, I made sure to pull out the charms, because I always remember her in her videos, she says, make sure to look at the bottom of the package because they're wrapped separately at the bottom of the package. So I reach in and get those first before I even take the bag out. I'm like, get that charm, make sure I have it, let's check it out. I open it and there's 2 charms. The zipper find charms. And I'm like, why did I get 2? I only need 1. And then I pull the bag out. I pull this bag out and realize that there's 2. I was like, I did not need 2 bags, but that's very sweet. So she made one like this for me. I got this fabric just, I think it was like one of those Facebook things where somebody's like, I'm getting rid of this fabric. Do you want it? And it was like a bag full of fabric. And it came with some really good, like, I think there was enough of these fabrics plus a green one like this to make like a whole quilt. Like, you could have made a whole quilt with it. But it just sat here, and I was never gonna do anything with it, so I sent it to her. So yeah. This one, a cute little zipper find with a bow and a made with love. And then this one just has a little heart on the bottom. I know it's hard to see. Aren't these cute? Right now I just have these guys sitting in them. I'll probably switch them out for something else eventually. I just need to, I think I need to reconfigure what patterns I have in what bags, because my lavender and laces, both my lavender and laces are in this weird envelope thing. I can't get it to shut. They're all just in there. I think maybe I should transfer them over to these guys, so they're actually being used for something. And so yeah, that's all for my haul, really, because like I said, I don't like leave a pile of my haul sitting somewhere until the next video, because that would just drive me crazy. Oh, okay. So that's all for cross stitch stuff. Now I do have one more finished thing, but it is my diamond painting. I finally finished my Deathly Hallows diamond painting. Finally. Finally. I just knocked it out at the bottom right here. I'm just like, oop. At the bottom here, I'm just like, let's do big chunks, even though I hate doing big chunks. Just to get it done, so I could have it done for this video. I think I finished this, let's see here. Finished this March 28th. I started this December 12th, 2018, and finished this March 28th, 2019. It took me 9 weeks to finish this. 63 days. There are a lot of days where I did not work on this because it was a pain in the butt. I had this custom designed because I did not want to do it in the 5 panel that I found on AliExpress. So I had this custom made last year, I think in August for the Veterans Day sale. And it came with a ton of issues. The diamonds didn't fit. Either the diamonds were a little too big or the canvas was a little too small. Either way, it was very tight and I had to seal it. I know I've talked about this, but I'd had to seal it every time I finished a row with some Mod Podge. And so that's what you see here. See, Mod Podge does not dull it as long as you water it down. And I water it down a lot. Just water it down and then you get this shine, and honestly I think it shines even more once the Mod Podge is on. So this is finished. It is a 60 by 60 or a 24 inch by 24 inch. And I mount it to a canvas. And look, I even cut out the, I even saved the key when I cut it off. But yeah, and then I spray it with some tacky, I spray the canvas with tacky glue. Well, paint the canvas, the edge of it black, spray the canvas with tacky glue, and then just stick this, once it's fully dry from the Mod Podge, and stick it right on. And that's how I finish all my diamond paintings, well, all my big ones so far, because I'm not going to try to spend $1 million on a frame. So there's that. And so I was super excited to get to my next diamond painting because this is the one I've been waiting for a while, since I got it. So I made a quick start on it on the 29th. And it's not very far. I don't even know if I want to show you what it is yet if you don't remember. Or, yeah, you can't even see that. Well, you can see a little bit from the picture, but I kind of want to just leave it as like a surprise for everybody. If you don't know what that is, hopefully you don't. So just small start, doing small. Because this whole side right here is all black. That's all black. Most of it is, until you get further down. But, yeah, me and black, huh? Just a little bit. It's really hard to tell because it's a lot of dark. Just some browns so far. But yeah, can't wait to get a little bit further on that and then reveal it some more and some more. Okay. It was an extremely long video. I know it is. Like, it's so long that I don't even want to do tags, even though I want to do tags. I don't want to tack on more time to this stinking thing. So no tags, guys. Sorry. That's it, I guess. I don't have anything else on my list to talk about. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and commenting and liking my videos. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post there quite a bit. I'll have that down below as well in the description box. And that's it, guys. Bye.